to the Dharma discussion group with Khenpo Tenzin. And we have everybody online and some students in the temple as well. And so Khenpo Tenzin, please start us off.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for joining and maintain continually. So I'm not going to look at the name. Just I pick up a name, and then I ask you a question. Please, then you unmute, and then just you can say a few words. If you are shy or uncomfortable, then what should we do? We'll see. I can figure that out through your aspiration. Who's now? I don't know this. Oh, Sheila Evans. Sheila Evans. Can you raise up your hand? If some are not today here, then it's okay. We can pick up another name. Are you there, actually?
We don't see Sheila in the Zoom today.
Okay. Then this. Okay, then we have this. Maybe I ask one. Can I ask one question?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Who one of you? I ask you one question before I ask who would like to answer. You, one of you? Maybe one of you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so
question on what?
Thank you. So you practice compassion.
Yes.
Compassion. So if you explain a little bit compassion, just a few sentences for us.
My understanding of compassion is nyingji. That means compassion. It's sort of, compassion is being very kind in very simple terms,
Yes.
being very kind to everybody. But as a Buddhist practitioner, I try to deepen that by adding, trying to practice as per for immeasurables.
Yeah.
Try to practice, infinite love, infinite happiness,
Yes.
infinite compassion, infinite equanimity, in a very rough way.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So second, I will ask, again, I pick up. Actually, there are some questions, so I must answer these questions when you, Christina, you read, if there are some questions. Then
Well, there's just one question from your about the supplication to Manjushri that you recited together during the class. And Diana is asking if there is a Tibetan transliteration of that prayer, that because she wants to make sure that she's saying it correctly. And she wondered if it was in the yellow prayer book at the end. In the yellow prayer book, is that the prayer that you recited?
No. I don't think we have this. I don't think we have. It's different, Manjushri. Yes. So she would like to recite that there?
She wanted a copy.
Oh, I see.
of it, so she could recite it correctly
Oh, yeah.
in the future.
Okay, of course. Right now, I don't have this in English. I have only in Tibetan. So we don't have this in the yellow open prayer book, and we don't have this in the blue book too. I did not see there if I did not forget. So yeah, for me, maybe I just check. Yeah, not here too. So yeah, if I found, definitely I sent to you. Okay. And before I pick up name here, okay, maybe I pick up name. Whose name coming? Second. Oh, Diana. Diana, your name's here. Would you like to say some next?
What a coincidence.
Yeah, your name. Where are you?
I'm here.
Oh,
I just unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I see you. Thank you. So, if I ask you, I know you were this Hundo practice during COVID. You practiced Hundo too. So I would like to ask you, what is your experience when you arise devotion to the Guru? Or do you think that is a very difficult part, or you feel sometimes it comes to you?
What an interesting question. And I have to say that it is not at all difficult to arise devotion for Garshan Rinpoche.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And it is incredibly, this is maybe a little bit of, this is a little bit tangential, but actually in the refuge and prostration Nendro course that you gave that I took, you gave us a range of like ways that we could modify the visualization for that particular practice. It's a very large visualization. And one of them was to envision actually the Guru as non-dual with Vajradhara sitting in front of us. We would sort of in our meditation visualize Garshan Rinpoche non-dual with Vajradhara, and then imagine our mind to be like a mirror. So when we look outward, we would see the Guru, but then when we would look inward into our own minds, we would also see the Guru. And I found that just the most amazing and sort of deeply moving visualization. So thank you for that. I'm sorry that was a little bit of a not a very direct answer to your question.
That's wonderful.
But I find that we talk about sort of having devotion to the Guru, but then also having faith in the Dharma itself, the teachings. And I do find that it's, the more I practice Dharma, the more I have Dharma teachings, the more I try to apply the teachings in my own life, the more I become convinced of their value and their truth. So that is really a wonderful gift. So thank you. I hope that was a helpful answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. And then I will pick another name whose name comes. Tom Curtis. Are you there?
Is it Tom Curtis? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think Tom.
Doesn't look like he's here today.
Okay. And then who's the... Tonita.
Oh,
Yes.
Tonita is in the temple
Yes.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. So, my question is, have you participate other practices, for example, another lineage, or this lineage, another masters?
In the Tibetan traditions,
Yes.
this is my first real
Oh.
focus. I've read different books. I've
Uh-huh.
gone to lectures, Robert Thurman,
Oh.
other Alan Wallace. I've listened to some talks,
Uh-huh.
but I would say this is my first time
Oh.
really immersing fully,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, into a tradition and
Oh.
in a very holistic, experiential way. So it was one of the reasons for wanting to be here.
Oh.
To just not just read a book, but
All right.
have it all around, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, what is your kind of favorite? You seems you like to meditate more, or something to more kind of listening the teaching something. What do you think?
This might be a little unorthodox, but I would say that my most innate way of following the Dharma relates to devotion.
Yes.
And I'll just share my experience since living here on campus with everyone, with Garchin
Yes.
Rinpoche. I'm very energetically oriented, you know, so like the other woman, I just look at him, at Garchin Rinpoche, and like just tears come, you know. I am so touched by something, and it causes me inwardly to just kind of open like a flower, like in trust and feeling safe and feeling love and living here, feeling held in goodness and wholesomeness. And so I recognize when I'm out in the world, I'm more tight and guarded. But here, as the other person said, my faith and trust opens and I soften. And so it's almost like just the whole environment just comes into me. And just naturally, I feel things changing. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I deeply rejoice. Thank you so much.
So it's not just one process. It's not just mental. It's everything. It's emotional, it's mental, it's seeing, it's hearing, it's feeling the vibrations of the words. It's being in a place where everyone is practicing a similar intention. Like it's really affecting me so
Thank you.
all around, you know. So.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And then I pick one name here, and whose name comes up? Tree. Are you there?
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, where are you? Oh,
Right
yes.
here. You can hear me good?
Yes, very clear. Thank you so much.
I'm ready.
Thank you. So, when you hear about the Tathagata Garbha recently, we discussed, and also you heard that I think many times. Sungata Garbha. So do you think if you explain a little bit about Sungata Garba for us, so if you...
I don't think so. I do not understand that correctly yet.
Oh, I know you be humble. Okay, then I ask you another thing is, so how long did you practice Dharma? Have you been?
My whole life.
Whole life?
I haven't practiced since I've been 6 years old.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so
started
much.
meditating.
Oh, thank you. So when you are meditate, actually there are shamatha and vipassana and also different methods. Which method you apply the most of time?
I practice out-of-body experiences.
Oh.
Okay. I would start with Dogshin. With where is my mind? Blank. I would focus. My main thing is the Cho, death state, in these meditations and everything. At this moment in time. I use shamatha. I use a variety of different methods depending on how I'm feeling at the moment in time. But mainly, I practice out-of-body experiences. That's what led me here. Is some of my experiences. I don't know how to explain any of this. It's a little bit occult, a little bit metaphysical.
Thank you so much for sharing.
There's a lot I would like to say. I guess my deepest thing was Vajrasattva experience. You know, in the meditations there was Vajrasattva. It was mental surgery. A complete and utter slicing of everything. And learning who I really truly am and who I was and who I've become. I am no longer the person I used to be. I'm so grateful for what I have come upon here.
Thank you.
My whole life, nothing's been like this. The emotions and everything that have been dredged up. Learning how to deal with anger, sadness, and loss. I love you guys. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Everybody out there, the whole world. You know, I wish we could all figure this out. I don't know where to go from there.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, I never used to smile. My whole life, I was just sad tree.
Actually,
and my name is Tree. I've been known as Tree for over 50 years. So.
Actually, there's ancient master. He never smiled in his life, and then people his students ask him why, and then he said, "I always practice renunciation of samsara, so I cannot smile at something." So yeah, some masters also they don't, but the mentally, you know, who practitioners or Buddhism or non-Buddhism, this doesn't matter, but actually who keeps compassion in the mind, that is the, as I mentioned, is really inner beauty, and it has a special power to invite all these Buddhas. So
learning to love again, that's been the biggest thing. You know, I lost my ability to love, and now it's back. And you just don't know how grateful I am for that. It's thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's beautiful. Thank you. And second, we pick out thing. If
I love
there's-
everybody.
Thank you. David, what's that? Kusho? David Kusho, are you there? David, I think there.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, thank. Um, how do you generate bodhicitta?
I believe we're all connected, and we all share karma.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've all been a dictator to a saint at one time or another. So it's easy. That's my parrot, Tweety. So that's how I do it. It makes me feel love for all because I know we're connected through the Dharmakaya. So it's easier that way. When I first started, it was very difficult to love all beings without exception because their karma is so far removed from my understanding. So, but now when I can read where somebody's done something horrific and I know they're going to suffer because of it, and I have deep compassion for them because of it. So that's how I've been developing bodhicitta. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. The next, okay, maybe first I answer this question on the Dear lesson.
Oh, it's just more of a general question. Jay Larson's asking, saying she wasn't able to attend last week. And how does this work? Does Khenpo ask us questions? So she's trying to catch up to this new format.
Oh.
So maybe you can describe to Jay and everyone again this new format of pulling people's names and asking them questions. And do other people get to respond to people's comments?
Yes. So there's actually we began a new teaching series. It's a Lamrim. So Lamrim of the Gong lineage. Actually, this Lamrim teaching series perhaps is a quite difficult style because it's not only for one day's program. One Sunday, just we have one program, and then at that time we gathering together, and after then that's our like events, normal events. I mean, not spiritual events. But this teaching series we continually teach, listening, discussion. So actually, it's quite difficult, but. Buddha Dharma flourish in Western countries. It's not too new, not too young, not too old, I think. So then I was a little bit focusing how does Dharma flourish in the Western countries, Westerner countries. Is actually you all are really, you already possess amazing or great karma, because see these amazing masters, gurus came to you, and then you can listen teachings. Even for example, I give you right now you are in the Zoom, and we can talk. When I was studied Dharma, then there are lots of difficulties more than this, And another hand is also you all busy, and then of course sometimes you receive profound teachings, but sometimes then what happens is it looks like a ant on the ground, the bug. They have a big head and big bottom, maybe, if I'm right. The waist there are very thin. The teachings not journeying very continually like a rivers. If teaching doesn't going from the snow mountain to the ocean continually like a long river, then sometimes we are fun, nice. Sometimes it's like our life is up and down. So then it's quite, I think, difficult for you. So that's what we really need from, for example, Lamrem. This teaching Rem is gradually, continually. So Lam is a path. So you continually listen, and then slowly it changes your mind, and it great benefit. Otherwise, we all same. Right now, I'm not special person, but Dharma makes me a little bit a special person. If I say that, probably it is not my self-pride. That means I 100% trust the karma cause and effect, and 100% trust that there is enlightenment. If I do good, definitely. If you do good, definitely you attain Buddhahood. That I really trust. So that's why when you practice Dharma, I don't think they're just doing something but there were no results, something like that. So that's where then we can join with the long river of the Dharma, and then eventually we reach the boundless ocean of the Dharma stage, Buddha's stage. So that's where then we will freed, completely freed from suffering. So that's for that reason, this if you participate, not only my my teaching, I mean your teachings, if you participate the teachings, it really benefits to you. And then another reason is we are keep the names here. I was taught more, and Rinpoche and center always support and support you, and the opportunity, create the opportunities of Dharma. And then Rinpoche often told me that lead Dharma discussion. I say yes. Then even one Sangha has question, until that finish this question, I sit with that Sangha, and maybe some you know that. But still Rinpoche told me lead Dharma discussion. I was thinking, what? How? I think I'm leading, but still Rinpoche, how to say, precisely told me that. And then I thought, oh, really we are going to discuss like this way, and you need opportunity to share your experience, and there are many benefits when you share your experiences. The one benefit is that means you teach Dharma. Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes you cannot get this opportunity to sit on the throne, and then some of your Dharma knowledge is much higher than me, but this opportunity is a little bit funny. So I got this opportunity, and then I teach. So sometimes you don't get this opportunity. But some doesn't expect to sit a higher throne and that fancy things, but they simply love to benefit others. So imprint is very important. So right now, if you share in the Zoom, for example, and in the temple, you share your experiences. That is number one. You start to teach. Your sharing or asking questions are the teaching. Part of teaching is how you start to give teaching. And second is you You say, may I benefit all mother thinking beings? May I free from suffering or cause of suffering and cause of suffering of all mother thinking beings? That is, of course, bodhicitta, but you are going to act. So then, right now you share your Dharma experiences. Then, at least 5 people, at least 10 people, for example. Then they rejoice. If we not talk other things, they will rejoice. When they rejoice, then you cultivate a great merit. But then I keep your name here is perhaps it becomes like an examination or test. So that's why I was thinking how I can benefit to them from my side. How I can, serve to you. So then I think, I put very names in the vase, this, and then put blessings here, and then I keep this in the mandala. Since from today, these names stay in this mandala, and then your names here is also you connect Dharma. So because it improves your mindfulness and so forth. So that's why we do that, and then. Another thing is you have pure devotion to the Ngachin Rinpoche. Most of you are the Rinpoche's students. That's why how you make happy Ngachin Rinpoche is we are going to discuss. I'm trying to make happy him. So that's how we... Actually, Malarepa says there are many ways to make happy one's guru, but... they are wonderful, but the excellent one is practice. So practice means right now you are doing retreat. Retreat is some retreat are longer, some retreat are shorter. So right now we all doing retreat. Be honest. So we all retreat. So that's where we apply our body, speech, and mind in the virtues right now. So that's what I love to share with you. Sorry, it's quite too long answer.
A few questions have come in on the chat. Yes. And I also just want to encourage anybody who's joining the Zoom for the first time today and was not here last week, if you could please type your name in the chat, and then I can be sure that your name gets in that special vase that Khenpo Tenzin has and is putting in very holy, powerful places, so everybody gets the blessing. So there is a question from Katsu, who's said she had asked this question before, but is still confused about the mandala offering. And how do you use 2 sets? Can she buy one complete set and then have another one of just the base? And if you could explain that again, please.
Yes. So mandala, as you ask, the mandalas, actually you are going to keep 2 mandalas. One mandala is complete, base, first rain, second rain, third rain, and then top. So this is one complete mandala. This is we call offering mandala. So for this, for example, beginning of this mandala session, if you memorize this 37 recitation, you do that, recite with, yes, please. Recite with, you recite that with, then you place these hips there. And then if you, thank you so much. This is the complete mandala. So this we call offering mandala. So you place the hips, 37 hips. Then I last year and this last years I taught very clearly, and then another time definitely I will teach. So how to place these hips. So this, after you did this, and then you put in front of your outer room, on the table in the shrine room. This is we call offering mandala. Active mandala is if you have only this base is okay. If you have complete one, it's good, but only this base one. So that is active mandala. You hold in this hand. Don't hold with the empty hand. Just a few barleys or few stones, and keep here. And then if you use counter or mala, then you hold here, and then just keep here, and use saffron water a little bit, and then just polish. And that means clean with that. 3 times outside, 3 times inside. But when you accumulate at that time, outside one, inside one is okay. Outside means you purify the obscurations of body, speech, and mind. Inside, you do that means you taking or receiving blessings from Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nimanakaya, or your guru's body's blessings from guru's body, speech, and mind. So you can keep that. So 2 mandala. If you don't have a 2 mandala, because some don't have more money and to buy too many mandalas, then you buy only 1 mandala. 1 mandala, and then first during the recitation of 37 recitation, you place these 37 hips, and then a little bit keep in your hand like this way. Then recite the rest of this something like that. After that, then you are ready to count, and then it take down, and these rings, 3 rings, and the top ornament just put on other side, and then you use this base of the mandala. Then evening, before you close the session, again you build 37. And then put this in your outer room. That's how you can do. Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, we have another question from 3 Hearts. How does directing your compassion towards your enemies help them? Help the enemy? Does it help?
Yes. Actually, it helps. It helps because it doesn't harm. For example, I have an enemy. I project or I generate my anger emotion. If I don't harm that person physically, but my speech, I can harm that person. Also, sometimes if you do not harm other beings, that means also how you help other beings. For example, there is a bug. If you do not step on there, that means how you save this life. If you ignore and just step on there, then that means you harm that animal. And then your enemy, for example, main thing is how many times you benefit others, and there means you benefit yourself. This is the law of karma, cause and effect. In the Dharma way, you generate compassion to your enemies, and then your compassion increase, and then you turn your attention towards your friends. Then you can generate compassion. It is easy peasy, really. Then it's not difficult. It's kind of effortlessly you can generate compassion towards your friends, relatives, and other beings. If you can generate compassion towards your enemy, how does it help? How does it help your enemy? Means you did not harm that person. And then this is directly how can you help. But indirectly, you don't harm that person 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Slowly, this person's mind will change, and slowly this person become your friend. But it's very possible that person becomes very good friend. That means that person respect you, especially, particularly respect to you, because that person really knows your quality. And then if you say, oh, practice Dharma, and there's next life, and they trust more, and they listen. Then you can benefit more, yeah. And then if they're not talking about Dharma, that person is the enemy of other people, and that person ready to harm other people, and you can tell that person, don't harm other person, and you can give some advice, that person listen, and then that person doesn't want to go to the jail. That means you save that life. So there are many ways you can benefit, but always it benefits to yourself. If we think we are going to benefit ourselves, so that's we're only doing something for ourselves. That is the how we try to harm ourselves indirectly. But we benefit others. Then, its example is if you have a tree and you water it. You water it, then this tree grows, and then this tree produce some fruits, apples and so forth, and you can eat. If you have an apple, what is it in English? You have an apple, then doctor away or something. I forgot that. So that's how you can. Other beings are like trees, and they produce the many fruits, and then it benefits. Okay.
We have another question from Eleanor.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, sorry. Elizabeth, do you have a follow-up you want to share after Khenpo's comment?
No, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Some you can ask voice also. Okay.
Yeah, you can raise your hand. I'm just reading the questions in the chat. There's one more in the chat from Eleanor. Could you please say a few words on the relationship between attachment and forgiveness?
Oh, yes. Forgiveness. Forgiveness means we... Oh. Yeah, attachment is actually, we always know that when we say attachment, that means I do something, it's a good thing actually. I did something or I am doing something for you, so you want to do some good things to me. That's where this relation is broken relations. Maybe you're sorry if something happened that for you, but I don't talking about particularly to you because I don't have omniscience, so I don't know. But generally in our human society, the young boys, young girls, they often divorced. Divorced means that means actually I'm not criticized to personally, but I'm a little bit criticized their attachment because their attachment leads them. So that's where I did something to you, so that's where you also need to pay me something. That's attachment to say. You maybe not say directly, but so that's I think means attachment is like that. And also attachment is a very kind of soft emotion, but it's so difficult to separate from our mind. If our mind is like a paper towel, attachment is like a olive oil. Olive oil is a very good oil. I'm using that when I cook food. So if we pull that olive oil on the paper towel, it's so difficult to separate this, the olive oil and the paper towel. Similarly, attachment dissolves in our mind. It's so difficult to give up this. And then forgiveness. Actually, my understanding of forgiveness is we do something. We how to say. We do good things for others, whether others did some bad things, we reply, or we do good things, and then I did some good things, but you did not do good things to me, but it's okay, something like that. So these are actually very important. Our mind is action of mind. Function of mind is sometimes very complicated, but we understand very clearly attachment. So that's why if you know attachment, what kind of attachment, what is the function of attachment, then I think you understand about forgiveness, different between forgiveness and attachment. But then someone always being together, that is also, we think, they are engaging attachment, but there is attachment, but there is another. It's not only attachment holds them together, They have understanding each other's. This is very important in relationship, I think. Understanding means, my partner, for example, my partner's favorite thing is that, love these things, that is and then at that time, that person little bit try to gain these things. At that time, you don't bother. The best thing is you try to support. If that person is a little bit kind of blindly doing some mistakes, for example, that person loves so much like alcohol or something like that, and then you can give some advice and so forth, and because alcohol is not a healthy drinking. A little bit somebody drink it, the lay people is not so much. We can say don't do any kind of these things, but actually it doesn't so much help in the body and so forth.
Okay, Lisa, you had your hand up there for a minute. Do you still want to ask a question?
I had something. Thank you. I had something in my mind. I just I'm feeling tired, so it sort of like slipped away. Like it's not as clear. I can try to see if I can. I just had some thoughts when you were sharing, Khenpo Tenzin, answering that question, and the way that you described it really kind of opened something up for me. And so I guess it's not really a question, but I kind of wanted to see what you think, I guess. But you were saying how like attachment is, you described it in the sense of like how you do something and then you expect, there's an expectation. So like attachment with regards to expectation, when that expectation isn't met, there can be like an aversion or a resentment, anger, right? So then I thought, that connects to the forgiveness of like forgiving is like a release. It's releasing that resentment into love for me, I think. And so it's like but it's very connected to the attachment. That anger and resentment, and then the forgiveness is like releasing the attachment that's holding that anger. Because I was attached to something being a certain way, and then it didn't happen that way or something, and then there's that kind of, the attachment is where the anger, it's like the ground where like the anger comes up from, that attachment. And then the forgiveness is like letting go of the attachment so that anger has no It's just letting it go and just like loving, just into love, letting it go into love, like into the space of love. It like dissolves. I guess that's, in a sense, like I see that as like Dharmakaya, just the space, like dissolving it. And that's love. So I just wanted to ask if that makes sense to you based on the question and in the context of how you answered that.
I will thank you so much. This my understanding is that actually you bring very good things like attachment, resentment, and then angry emotion. So if I attach someone, and then if that person don't accomplish my wish is if I attach someone, that person is going to listen to me, and then my angry emotion comes. My angry emotion arises. That's one thing. Or I attach one person for a long time and I did a lot of good things. One day that person did some bad thing, and then it breaks my heart. And then I frequently I remember this. At the same time, I am angry that person. So that is, I think, resentment. So that's how attachment leads angry emotion. But then angry emotion also breaking attachment forcefully. For example, I attach one person and then my angry emotion arises at that moment. It just break or seize my my attachment. But this angry emotion, very bad thing is then that angry emotion did not break connection with that person. But that the angry emotion did not break connection with that person means I still connecting with that person badly. So then I always bring lots of bad informations in my mind and always criticize from my mind on that person. So that means I connect with that person. So that's where attachment and anger emotions, they mislead each others. But this part is very important. We are going to more discuss like this way. And at the same time, my experience in this almost 1 decade or 10 years, I spend my time with Dharma brothers and sisters. So till now, my experience is you all ask wonderful questions. You have a special skill to ask questions, and there are lots of good qualities. But right now we have no more time, so later we will talk. But the thing is, till now, you have very good experience, the discourse about mundane things. And but you did not so much. I'm all Dharma brothers sisters. That's just my experience. I'm not talking one person or something. You seems you don't so much participate Dharma discussion before. So that's why we are going to create this mandala to discuss. So please say more and take more opportunities. But we can't discuss as a monastery, like a hand like this. Then we are going to make special fence there. So that's another step. Maybe it's perhaps too much for us. So we don't do that. But you all ask and share and say wonderful things. So thank you so much. And this is my last few words I said that is also before we stop today's session, then I just let you remember in your mind and how we are going to build this opportunity. And then I see one hand, please. Still we have time.
Jay Larson.
Yeah, Jay Larson, please.
Are you still there, Jay? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Want to unmute?
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm on a different device, so I'm having to. So, Khenpo, the way I think of attachment is giving something, giving a quality to something that it doesn't inherently have. So, I heard on YouTube a story about an individual in a boat and in a river, and then another boat was coming, and the other boat was trying to come directly, and the individual in the boat was yelling and screaming because he wanted to just have a peaceful ride down the boat, yelling and screaming for the other boat to get out of the way. And then ultimately the boat just kept going towards him because that's the way the current was. And ultimately, when the boat finally reached his boat and he was mad as hops, there was nothing in the boat. And so that's the way I look at it. I mean, the attachment is recognizing that there is nothing in that boat. There is nothing in that person.
Thank you so much. Actually, please, you all share like this wonderful things. I think this part is very important. We are going to discuss next week more about when we discuss the most of time. I am not make so complicated for you. Please, you share your suggestions. This is good, that is kind of good, and so forth. And the thing is, most we are bringing our feeling we experienced like that, this. So then we have share like this. I think it's also a great benefit. So thank you so much. It's really wonderful conversation, and we will more discuss in next week. Okay? Thank you.
If everyone wants to unmute, and we can all contemplate if there's anybody in the boat.
Thank you, Christina.
I'm not here.
Yeah, I'm not
not here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you. May you all greatly benefit all beings, and may you all have a long life, and may you all experience the merit of our Dharma discussion, teaching, and meditating all of this result experience in this life, and then may you become a great practitioner and benefit all beings. So this is we are going to dedicate our merit. And if you don't have this text, it doesn't matter. If you have page 56, and then we recite this dedication. Okay, this yellow book. Yanda Zamba de Jen Dom Na Lo Zanje Chan Zamba Men Kor Chi Kor De Jen Ngon Za Ba De Me Ba Ye De Wo Jin Je Ja Wei Jen Gan De Da Jen De Ne Zen Be Jer Ma Da Jiwa Jinja Parma Chupara Tere Jina Nanda Jandoi Joy De Doge Molan Da Baye Soju Sanje Johnson Damje Je Gemeandra Bar Jinji Labda Sur Daya Daya Benzan Daya Awa Buddha Naya Zoa. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful time. Thank you.
You, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Very much.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Good night.
Night.
Night. Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye-bye, Khenpo.
You wanna come up and say goodbye, Sophie? Can you come up and say goodbye?